This is a glass submarine bound for 1 meter below the water's surface, and the only thing powering it is a hand drum, played with a few taps. Soon, clear river water lapped over the top of the submarine, and a successful dive was complete. Everyone was immersed in the beautiful underwater world, except Xiao Bei, who feared water and soon began to feel unwell. Unlike the others, Xiao Zi, a scientist, had come solely to collect data. When she saw Xiao Mei, the drum player, starting to slack off, Xiao Zi sternly scolded her before immediately returning to her research, leaving Xiao Mei looking innocent and wronged. When they reached 50 centimeters deep, the submarine entered a stretch of water plants. Everyone was busy with their own things when Xiao Mei, suddenly filled with energy, began pounding the hand drum fiercely. As the drumbeat quickened, the submarine lurched into a steep dive. Xiao Shi, beside her, tried to stop her, but Xiao Mei, lost in a trance, wouldn't slow down. It wasn't until Xiao Zi stepped in, using her authority to intimidate her, that Xiao Mei finally obeyed. Sure enough, everyone has someone who can keep them in line. Even though she was clearly annoyed, the proud Xiao Mei still went back to playing the hand drum properly. The underwater scenery was beautiful, but the most pitiful one was Xiao Bei, who lay there helpless. When Xiao Zi asked him what strange movements he was making, he replied, "I'm practicing swimming." After passing through the water plants, they reached the deepest part, the rocky seabed. To celebrate the successful dive and ease Xiao Zi's tense nerves, Xiao Shi took out the snacks she'd made. Though Xiao Bei lay there looking small and helpless, he was still smacking his lips and eating heartily. To smooth things over between the bickering pair, Xiao Mei and Xiao Zi, Xiao Shi tried her best to find a topic for them. They talked about Xiao Mei's job as a wandering poet. Xiao Mei said, "If Xiao Zi comes to watch my performance, I'll compose a narrative poem just for her." But Xiao Zi remained as unmoved and cold as ever, her demeanor unshaken even by thunder. Yet just as everyone, full and content, was happily preparing to head back, they tapped the drum and the submarine didn't move. No matter how hard Xiao Mei hit the drum, the submarine stayed completely still. Helpless, Xiao Zi put on a diving suit and went outside to check for problems. Strangely enough, she found nothing wrong with any of the hardware. Inside the cabin, Xiao Mei was in tears, terrified that she was to blame and breaking down at the thought that they would all die. Fortunately, Xiao Shi managed to calm her down with snacks. Just then, Xiao Zi climbed back in and told everyone the bad news. Due to an issue with the ancient fish-shaped submarine itself, they might never return to the surface. Upon hearing this, Xiao Mei decided to go all out. She grabbed Xiao Shi and burst into song. Miraculously, the submarine jolted slightly. The two kept singing while the iron was hot, and as their voices filled the air, the submarine gained more and more power. Slowly, even the cold Xiao Zi joined in. Soon, the submarine began to rise straight up. With Xiao Bei's final note, the submarine shook violently. Everyone was tossed around, but it didn't slow their ascent. The submarine carried them out of the water with a splash. That night, Xiao Shi and Xiao Bei took the now blushing Xiao Zi to Xiao Mei's performance. Seeing Xiao Zi standing at the door, Xiao Mei, who had been about to end her set, returned to her seat. After all, she'd promised Xiao Zi, if Xiao Zi came, she would definitely sing a poem of her own for her.